What's good, YouTube? In this video, we're going to be talking about 20 tips that I have for you to help you rank up in ranked arenas. Now, I think the last time I did a video similar to this was about 2 months ago. It was a video where I hit Masters or Pred for last season, and I think I gave out 11 tips on that video. So I wanted to make an updated video for this season. For season 12 split 1, there's about 16-17 days left remaining, so I feel like this video will help you guys out that are continuing the grind for ranked arenas and are trying to rank up to whatever it is that your goal is. So let's start off with the first tip. First tip that we have is choosing a legend that is going to help the team. Now this is big. I'm gonna have a separate video talking about this topic, but I think if you could choose a legend that's going to help the team out with the abilities, it's going to help out a lot, especially if you're a solo person. Choose a legend that's going to help the team out, and when you're choosing your legend, choose it based off how often you can use your abilities to help the team. Now the second thing that we're going to talk about is communication. Communication is key. I say it a lot in my videos, and I repeat it a lot because I want you guys to know that it's important, and also just in case if someone's new to this channel or just new to seeing any of these videos, I just want you to know it's key. So communicate to your teammates, ping if you can't talk on the mic, but just communicate. The third tip that we have is do your best to have reliable teammates. This is another video that I want to do on how to get teammates. If you can, get on your friend list and get 2 reliable teammates that you could play with when it comes to ranking up in ranked arenas. The fourth tip that we have is choosing the best gun. If y'all don't know, this season the best guns are the Devotion, Hammer Points. I guess you could also say the best gun is whatever guns you feel most comfortable with. So whatever those guns are, choose those guns and use those guns as much as possible. It will help you out a lot when it comes to winning your gunfights and ranking up. The fifth tip that we have is when it comes to buying your stuff in arenas, buy extra abilities. Like I said earlier, buying when it comes to choosing your legend, it's based off how helpful you could be to your team. So buy extra abilities. If you're a legend that's a scanning legend, buy extra scans. If you're a mobile legend like a Pathfinder Octane, buy those zip lines and jump pads for the team. So buy those extra abilities so you can help the team out. The sixth tip that we have is knowing that shield batteries are the best healing items that you could get. Other than abilities and shield batteries are right there neck and neck. Get shield batteries, right? You want to have as much as possible, or if you're going to, or at least grab at least 1 extra shield battery if you can, but just know that those are the most important healing item that you could get. The 7th tip that we have is knowing that certain legends, certain items. So for instance, if you are a lifeline, you need to grab the gold bag. Not only lifelines, I think Mirage and Gibbies fit that scene as well, but lifelines for sure need to grab the gold bag. The 8th tip that we have is if you are squatted up, make sure that one of your teammates is a mobile legend. This is going to help you guys out a lot. Like I said, having the zip lines, the jump pads, even the Valk ults on certain maps is going to help out a lot. It's going to help you guys get to the middle of the map, just give you guys a head start, or it's just going to give you guys an advantage. It's going to help you guys out a lot. The 9th tip that we have is positioning, right? Understanding that positioning is key. It goes hand in hand with our last tip, right? Having that mobile legend that's going to help you guys get into position. Once you guys are in position, you guys are gonna have good line of sights on the enemies. You guys are gonna hurt the enemies, knock them, whatever, get easy shots on them, so position yourself to good places. And this goes with the next tip, which is abusing cover, right? Never be out in the open, always head glitch, always be behind cover. Never give the enemies an easy shot at you guys. So abuse cover is key. Make it difficult for the enemies to knock you, right? If they do knock you, you don't want them to knock you, but if they are gonna knock you, make it difficult. Don't make it easy on them. Make sure you abuse cover. The 11th tip that we have is getting the first knock. This is probably one of the most important tips I could give you guys when it comes to arenas. In a 3v3 scenario like arenas, whoever gets that first knock is more than likely going to win the game, or at least a round. So just know that the first knock is key, and do your best to not be the first one to get knocked, but you and your teammates need to do your guys' best to knock the enemies first. The 12th tip that we have is grabbing crafting materials. Crafting materials is major, especially in the beginning rounds. In the beginning rounds, like rounds 1, 2, and 3, grabbing those crafting materials is going to help you guys out a lot. You're going to be able to grab more healing items, more abilities than the enemies if you end up grabbing these crafting materials in the early rounds. So it's going to give you guys an advantage and help you guys win your games. The 13th tip that we have is practicing the same routine in regular arenas. Now you want to practice these routines in arenas, the regular mode, you know, the one where it's pubs. The reason being is because you could practice that, and let's say if it doesn't work, or if it does work, you're going to see how it is, and then you could take that to the ranked game mode, and you could be prepared on how you think enemies are going to counter you. And not only that, if you're playing with a team, a 3-stack team, you and your teammates are going to get comfortable and know how each other plays. So it's going to allow you guys to play fast, right? So practice those routines and, you know, strategies that you guys do in the regular arenas, right? Try to maybe even come up with new strategies in regular arenas, and if it works in there, bring it to the ranked arenas. Now for tip number 14 is very similar to the tip number 12, but for this one we're going for the supply bins. Make sure you grab those supply bins. For this is good, especially in the early rounds, but when you grab the supply bins, this means that the enemies do not have those extra shields and you guys do. So this allows you and your teammates to out damage the enemies to where they won't have any heals, and you could easily win a game like that, or at least win a round like that. So grab those supply bins and get the extra heals. Tip number 15 we have is scan legends are the best to have on the team as those support legends. I mean, these scan legends are legends like Bloodhound, Seer, Crypto. They're going to help the team out a lot, especially if you're a solo. If you're someone who's soloing, if you could grab a scan legend, it's going to, you know, help your teammates out a lot with the information that you could give to your team without even talking to them. So just have a scan legend on the team if you can. Tip number 16 is keep playing. If you want to get better at arenas, you want to rank up more, play the game as much as possible. This is going to help because you're going to learn the strategies, whether, you know, the strategies that you're doing works and how people are countering you. So you could learn that, and you could take that with you, use it for the next game and stuff like that, right? Just the more you play is the more you learn from your enemies, from your teammates. You know, just keep playing, right? If you're someone who's at a low level this season, next season or next split, you're going to be a higher level or a higher rank because, you know, you kept playing and you kept getting as much repetition as you can when it comes to arenas. Tip number 17 is going for the Kraber if it's in the care package. Last season, when the alternator with disruptor rounds was in the care package, that gun and the Kraber were the most two powerful guns that can switch, that can honestly just, you can have control in a round just because you have those weapons. But now that the alternator is not in the care package, the Kraber, if you see that gun on the care package, make sure you play for care package, and if you don't play for care package, just make sure that the enemies do not get the care package gun, because you do not want the enemies to have a Kraber in their hand. Tip number 18 I have is always heal after getting cracked. So if you lose your shields, I said this in my last video when it comes to how to beat hammer points, but if you lose your shields, make sure you heal up. And this goes with the previous tip that have shield batteries, right? Make sure you grab those extra heals in the blue supply bin. Have shield batteries on you because you want to make sure you heal up. Do not over peak when you are no shields. So when you are flesh, you know, you're on your heals only, make sure you heal up with shields. You know, pop a shield battery, pop shield cells, do whatever you can, but just make sure you're always shielded up. Don't give the enemies, you know, an easy knock. Make it difficult for them, make them work for it. Tip number 19 I have is knowing the maps. And I think this is you know, it goes hand in hand with another tip that I said, but make sure you know the maps, you know the best spots on the map, know how to get to the supply bins quick, just understand how each map works, understand how every player or how the enemies play that map, how you play that map, just understand every map when it comes to ranked arenas. This split, there's 4 maps in the rotation, so make sure you get to know those maps, understand the best spots really for these maps. Is going to help you guys out a lot. The 20th tip that I have is watching YouTube videos. For instance, this YouTube channel is about ranked arenas, so if you're new on this channel, just know that I give out a lot of tips and advice on how to rank up in ranked arenas. That's the last tip I can really give you guys is, just watch YouTube videos, watch streams if there's streams out there. But yeah, these were 20 tips that I had for ranked arenas on how to rank up and win your game. All these tips are true that I do. This is how I ranked up. This is how I win my games. So let me know what you guys think down in the comment section down below. If you guys like this video, don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you guys on the next one.